we taking over the whole world. You know everybody's gonna be here, right? If you want to reach consistency in the market, so is D-Lo Nation. There's so many imitators. There's only one of us. Yeah, I'm all in my bag 'cause I got it like that. Yeah, see, I'ma keep going, I'ma keep rising, flipping accounts on God, got cash, I'ma be grinding, these traders be lying, gonna keep buying, beat it be soaring, beat it be flying, trigger be selling, trigger be buying, I'ma keep going, I'ma keep rising, flipping accounts on God, got cash, I'ma be grinding, throwing them beats up for that BTS, they got stopped out all over the face, this the blue party and just started yet, Magic card about to catch a case, I'm just every boss gotta take a loss. Every boss gotta take a loss. Every boss gotta take a loss. Gotta take a loss. Gotta take a loss. Every boss gotta take a loss. Every boss gotta take a loss. Every boss gotta take a loss. Gotta take a loss. Gotta take a loss. Yeah, lost about $5 grand. Now I'm worth a couple million. All up in the range, new friends, my ends don't meet till I make it market bend. Gotta make the market into all my needs again as ATM, I gotta get it. Time to take a loss, yes, it costs to get this bread, yeah, you know I'm with it. I just move space, yeah, you know I got a counter, so you know I got a blue face. Ice on, froze, drip, drop, I flow, no alias, I guess I'm on a new wave. Porsches, blasted, flip your nasty, count so fast, I'm stacked, paid. I'ma just blast with that chairman rank, all the way through that for a space. Got 10 and 30, I'ma dip. I see the place, I'ma rip. No FOMO here, don't forget. When the candles hit the line, kiss. See, I'ma enter off in this buying. I'ma keep rising. Flipping accounts on God, got cash. I'ma be grinding. Throwing them beats up for that BTS. They got stopped out all over the face. This is the blue party and just started yet. Magic card about to catch a case. I'm just every boss gotta take a loss. Every boss gotta take a loss. Every boss gotta take a loss. Gotta take a loss. Gotta take a loss. Every boss gotta take a loss. Every boss gotta take a loss. Every boss gotta take a loss. Gotta take a loss. Gotta take a loss. Every boss gotta take a loss. Every boss gotta take a loss. Every boss gotta take a loss. Gotta take a loss. Gotta take a loss. Every boss gotta take a loss. Every boss gotta take a loss. Every boss gotta take a loss. Gotta take a loss. Gotta take a loss. Yeah, Delorean Nation. What you know about that 50-50? Signature trade, signature entry, signature exit. We making money. Yeah. And let's go.
Let me see you. Fitty, bounce, fitty, bounce, fitty, bounce, fitty. Let me see you. Fitty, bounce, fitty, bounce, bounce,
Yeah. I got that red, I got that yellow, got that blue. Got that gray, I got that aqua too. NFAs, EMAs, yeah they rule. Off the 50s, how my bankroll grew. Can't no one stop me when I play. AUD bout to rocket, I place a trade. They be losing and hating all in my face. Consistently beating the market, make it easy. Move foot to the left, yeah, one time. Pick it up, drop it low, yeah. You know, seen a milli, I got motivated. I got motivated. Seen a milli, I got motivated. I got motivated. Quit my 9 to 5 and now they hating. Used to see all their faces. I had to go make some changes. And
Bitch, now I'm elevated.
I seen a
Seen the
milli, I
milli, I
got
got
motivated. I got motivated. Seen a milli, I got motivated. I got motivated. Quit my 9 to
9 to
5 and
5
now
and now
they
they
hating.
hating.
Used to see all their faces. I had to go make some changes. And now I'm elevated. Expensive
Expensive
dinners, I'm
dinners, I'm
sipping no
sipping no
waiters, I'm
waiters, I'm
sipping
sipping
champagne with
champagne
no
with no
special
special
occasion. I
occasion.
just
I
took
just
a
took a
training
training
from
from
Tyrone
Tyrone
and
and
Abel. The
Abel.
team we got paid, so now we celebrate. Took a trip to Miami, I'm riding in forest. Up at 4 in the morning, I'm stretching, I'm yawning. Catching pips in the morning, you probably was snoring. Every trip with the team, it be lit and we know it. We be lit and we know it. Made a couple
Got a
million, I'll
milli, I'll
show it.
show it.
Motivated and growing. Funding my milli account so it won't blow it. Yeah, all they watch is 2K.
Yes, yes, yes. What's going on, family? What is up, guys? What is up? What is up? What is up? Welcome, welcome, welcome to tonight's stream with your boy Abel. Super excited to be here with every single one of you guys as usual. We're back for another one, man. Y'all gotta call me Consistent Abe. Y'all gotta call me Consistent Abe, man. We've been live 4 days straight. Let's get it.
Used to see all their faces. I had to go make some changes. And now I'm elevated.
Expensive dinners, I'm sipping no waiters.
Kilo
You know outside,
to be I
you
got
be running
racks.
racks.
Nation on my back. I'm on my
I'm on my
grind,
grind,
getting the
getting the
profits, all
profits,
that I
all that I
see.
need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
battle the crazy. Because I know if I could do for me. When I'm ready, smashing buttons, get my team paid. Get these pips down, I'm busting to the home plate. Up through the night, 6 something hella late. Let it breathe, watch the trade start running A. All about the money in my squad on boss. We smashing, take profits, we slay. Setting that play, get this bread away. We playing delos today. Yeah.
Give me 1 second, family. Give me 1 second, family. How are you guys feeling in the chat, man? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Drop a 3 in the chat real quick. Drop a 3 in the chat real quick.
Used to see all their faces. I had to go make some changes. And now I'm elevated. I seen a
Seen the
milli, I
milli,
got
I got
motivated.
motivated.
I got motivated. Seen a
Seen the
milli, I
milli,
got
I got
motivated.
motivated.
I got motivated. Quit my
Quit
9
my
to
9 to
5 and
5
now
and
they
now they
hating.
hating.
All their faces. I had to go make some changes. And now I'm elevated. Expensive
Expensive
dinners, I'm
dinners, I'm
sipping no
sipping no
waiters, I'm
waiters. I'm
sipping
sipping
champagne with
champagne
no
with no
special
special
occasion. I
occasion.
just took a training from Tyrone and Abel. The team we got paid, so now we celebrate. Took a trip to Miami, I'm riding in forest. Up at 4 in the morning, I'm stretching, I'm yawning. Catching pips in the morning, you probably was snoring. Every trip with the team, it be lit and we know it. We be lit and we know it. Made a couple
Looking at the
million, I'll
milli, I
show it.
show it.
Motivated and growing. Funding my milli account so it
You
won't blow
won't
it.
blow it.
Yeah, all
Uh-huh.
they watch is 2K.
Yes, 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 yes. What's going on, family? What's up? What's up? What's up? We are live right
Turning up
now.
the
Let's
fire,
go.
no
Let's go.
hand.
Let's go.
Blessing my whole team's bang, bro.
I seen the milli, I got motivated.
I got motivated. Seen the
Seen the
milli, I
milli, I
got
got
motivated.
motivated. That's a fact.
I got motivated. Quit my
Quit my
9 to
9 to
5 and
5
now
and now
they
they
hating.
hating.
Used to see all their faces. I
I
had to
had to
go make
go
some
make some
changes.
changes.
And now I'm elevated. I seen the
Seen the
milli, I
milli,
got
I got
motivated.
motivated.
I got motivated. Seen the milli, I got motivated.
Yes, yes, yes. Free zone, what's up? Subliminal, what's up? Vaughn in the building. Anthony, what's going on? Christian Tyson, what's going on? Keith, I see you. Anthony in the building. Right, we got Black Man 33. What's up, Matthew? Good to see you in the chat as well. We got Sherlink Consulting in the house. What is going on, family? Super appreciative all you guys jumping on so far. Go ahead and drop. Go ahead and drop your locations and smash that like button as well. Drop that location and smash that like button as well. Go ahead and share the stream. Let's see what we got here. So you're not gonna play none of my music? I mean, send it to me, Danny. Send it to my email, bro, and I'll play it. Shoot, I'll have everybody rate you. I'll have everybody rate it if you really want me to go. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to take some criticism, I got you. You know I show love. You gotta be able to take the criticism though, whether it's good or bad, little bro. You know I don't mind playing it. We got Jude in the building. What's going on, Jude? Appreciate you, my brother. Have you seen a million? Yeah, I've seen a million, but I personally haven't made a million. I've seen it, but I personally haven't made it just yet. And when I'm saying made, like I'm talking about actually in my physical bank account. Right, like that's what I'm talking about, right? I have not seen a million in my personal bank account just yet, but I have seen it in other people's. But it's coming though. It's loading up. I promise you that. It's loading up. All right, I see we got Florida in the building. Keanu, what's up? We got Devin in the house, my bro. Devin, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you. Shout out to Michigan in the building. We got Texas. We got Philly. Muskegon, stand up. Colorado, stand up. Cambridge, UK, what's up? Christchurch, New Zealand in the house. We got London in the building. London, UK. I appreciate all you guys. Definitely anybody overseas, man. 'Cause I know I think it's what 2 in the morning over there in London. All right, so I appreciate you, favorite. We got Brooklyn in the building. All right, what's up, family? Super appreciative seeing you guys in the building with me tonight. Let's see. All right, family, let's go ahead and get this thing started. I don't think I'm gonna be on here for too long tonight, to be honest with y'all, but I do want to actually present to something with y'all, or at least I want to start implementing different segments right on these streams. Because as you guys know, I typically trade New York session, right? So I'm not gonna say I'm not actively looking for a setup. If there's a setup, I'm taking it, right? But I trade New York session, right? So I want to start doing these Asian session streams the way that we've been doing. We come on here, we go over news, we go over the markets of what happened over the past day or so. I like to go over what happened during our live stream as well, which we will talk about as well. But I actually want to start doing a bunch of other things, right? I want to add a few more segments, like some reactions, right? So in the Discord, right? If you guys are not a part of, the Profit Society Discord channel, right, which is my Discord server, I highly recommend you guys and highly encourage you guys to make sure to go ahead and join the Discord server, right? The link is in the chat right now. All right, go ahead and join the Discord server. All right, go ahead and be in there. We have a lot of great conversations in the actual server itself. You will be surrounded by other, traders that are either at your level that are just now starting at, or at a level that you aspire to be at. Right? It's a dope community. Focused on growing, focused on elevating, focused on getting to the next level. Right? And I know for a fact that if you are not in there, you need to go ahead and be in their family. Right? So go ahead, drop, or make sure to join the Discord server if you guys are not part of it just yet. And yeah, so the thing I wanted to actually bring up to y'all today, right? Something I'm going to start to test out with y'all personally, all right? Because you guys are my family here, right? So I actually just created this tab, this section right here in the Discord, right? Videos to react to, right? So I want you guys to start utilize this section right here, family, right? If there's any type of videos, whether it's trading related, investing related, cryptocurrency related, anything entrepreneurship based. All right. Obviously, let's keep it as relevant to what we do here as possible, which is obviously more so trading. But I'm open to reacting to any type of content or videos that you guys throw in there. That has to do something with trading, investing, cryptocurrency, business, all that good stuff, right? And I think that this could be a segment that we actually implement onto these live streams, just so that we can have some conversations, right? Have some really, really good dialogue around certain topics, that I feel like could be extremely, extremely valuable, right? So definitely go ahead and make sure to start dropping some videos on there. And anytime I do go live for Asian session, I will take time and I will watch them with you guys, right? We'll watch them together. I'll give you guys my honest thoughts and opinions as the video is going on, and we'll just have some fun with it, right? It could be, videos from other Forex traders. It could be whatever, right? Anything that's related to what we do here, right? I'm more than willing to go ahead and actually react to the video and watch the video with you guys, and we can have some fun with it as well, man. So I just wanted to go ahead and bring that up to y'all. there is a section now on the Discord server where you guys can drop those videos. Just literally copy and paste the link of the YouTube video. I'll see it, we'll react to it, and then we'll have some fun with it as well, right? And I'm gonna give y'all my honest opinions. I'm gonna be honest. Right? I'm gonna give you guys my dead honest opinions. Right. So if you guys drop a video of a Forex trader and I could tell that they're just lying in their cap, I'm gonna call it out, right? I'm gonna call it out, right? Because I'm not gonna sugarcoat nada, right? I'm just gonna give you guys my honest opinions on how I feel about that specific person or that specific topic that is being said, right? So I think that's gonna be really, really fire. It would also help with this stream as well, just to keep us going and flowing from one segment to another. And yeah, I think it's gonna be really interesting to implement that for sure. Right, but let's see what else we got here. Right, we got my guy Christian in the building. What's up, Christian? I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Chicago in the building, man. Definitely good to see you back in the chat. All right, see, I like the idea of different segment. Also help with consistency, 100%. Right, I see we got Nigeria in the house. Is the wine coming out tonight? Right, I think I'm chilling on wine. Right, I was acting a fool the first 2 days of this stream or this week. Right, I was acting a fool on Monday. I was acting a fool on Tuesday because of the wine. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna chill out, man. I'm vibing out. Unless you guys want it, I'm gonna be honest, right? I'm gonna leave it up to y'all, right? Unless you guys want me to go ahead and get me a nice couple glass of wine because you guys enjoyed that vibe, I'm gonna listen to y'all at the end of the day, all right? Because I could sip some wine and still be professional, right? I'm just not gonna be acting a fool like I was, so I'm gonna leave it up to y'all, all right? Listen. I didn't have no intentions on doing it, but if y'all want it, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get myself a glass of wine and we can go from there. So I'm gonna leave it up to y'all. If you guys want it, man, let me know in the chat. If you guys get to let's see, if you guys get to 50 likes, then I'll do it, right? We don't even have 50 people in here just yet. But if we get 50 likes, I'll go ahead and grab me a nice cup of wine and we can have some fun with it, right? Guys, I know a lot of you guys enjoyed it, man. I was just acting a little too reckless though on Monday and Tuesday, where I was wilding out, going too crazy. Right? I was bugging out, right? So I had to take a chill pill. I had to realize that I do represent a brand that I want to grow, so I can't be out here, acting too crazy, right? It makes my brand look bad, right? It makes my company look bad. So I had to, so I got to do it a little different way. But like I said, man, I'm very open to drinking some wine. We're just gonna keep it a little bit more professional um than what I was on Monday or Tuesday, right? I think it was. I enjoyed it though, man. It was dope. It was dope. But let's see. Talk news first. Yeah, I'm with you, right? So let's go ahead and get into this real quick, family. So we did actually have some data come out today. That was very interesting, right? We had GDP actually get released. Man, forget these headphones. Give me 1 second. My hair is crazy. All right, all right, we back. So yeah, man. Forget the headphones. I don't even want to listen to anything in the headphones. But yeah, man, it's been a very interesting day today, right? We had GDP that came out earlier today. Right before New York session was open, but right before the stock exchange opened up, it actually dropped, right? It actually went, from 2.6% all the way down to 1.1%, which is actually a pretty big drop, in GDP itself, right? So that is very interesting. The market was reacting, and it did react very nicely, right? It reacted very nicely to that. Hold on, let me see. Let me turn up my mic real quick. Let me turn up my mic real quick. Hold on, family. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I got y'all. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me fix this microphone real quick. Let me fix this microphone real quick. Hold on. Let me see. Ugh. Let me see. Give me 1 second, fam. Let me see what I could do here.
All right, how's this sound now? This probably sounds way better. This definitely gotta sound way better. This definitely gotta sound way better. It just has to. There we go. All right, perfect. Let me make sure everything is Gucci. Let me make sure everything is good. There's no issues. Okay. Give me 1 second, family. Gotta clean some stuff up over here, man. All right, so yeah, I mean, again, the microphone should be a lot better than what it was. It was actually going through a completely different mic, and that mic is absolutely garbage, man. But like I was saying, family, right? We had GDP numbers come out earlier today, right? You know, it was expected to come out at 2%. You know, previously it was at 2.6%, and it ended up dropping a full, you know, pretty much 1.5%, right? And it actually ended up dropping all the way to 1.1%, which is actually pretty interesting. You know, so what does that show? Right, when we're trying to measure GDP, right, and we're trying to identify what this specific news event does, right? What does it actually measure, right? Who knows in the chat, family? Right, who knows in the chat, right? What does this specific event actually measure? GDP, right? What does it actually measure? Let me know in the chat. I'm about to go. Right, let me know in the chat, right? What does it specifically measure? Can you guys see my face? Is my face on the screen, or is it still pointing at my chair? Let me know. Right, is it actually... What's good with my computer, man? We had some crazy technical difficulties earlier too. Hold on. No face? Only chair? What is going on? Hold on. Hold on, family. I swear, man, they know I'm about to get into some sauce. So there we go. There's my face. All right. Yeah, they know I'm about to get into some sauce. There you go. All right, a lot better. Yeah, so like I keep on trying to say, man, but I keep on getting disrupted with technical difficulties. We had GDP came out. What does GDP measure, and how should we interpret this release? Right? Those are the type of questions you got to ask yourself when you're really trying to look at the news. Right? So GDP pretty much is showing us whether our economy is contracting or whether it's actually expanding. Right? Obviously, if GDP comes out higher than forecasted, or honestly higher than the previous number, then our economy is expanding. Right? But when GDP comes out lower than the previous, our economy is contracting. Okay, that's how we really want to measure GDP. So if we look at what it was, which was 2.6%, and it dropped to 1.1%, that means our economy has contracted by 1.5% compared to the previous quarter. This is a very big deal, right? Especially as Forex traders, because we have to be aware of these things, right? Because this is going to influence the markets one way or another. Now, here's the interesting thing about it, family, and I talk about this a lot, so I know a lot of you guys is already hip, right? But, you know, with the market contracting the way that it did, and we look at this contraction, and we combine that with current market environment, right? We're still, you know, dealing with 5% inflation, right? How can we expect the markets to react? Is that going to cause more of a risk on type of sentiment or risk off type of sentiment? Now, obviously, you guys can go to the markets and obviously see exactly what it was, but let me know in the chat, right? With our economy contracting during a period in time where we have high inflation, is that going to bring optimism or is that going to bring fear? Answer that in the chat, family. Oh yeah, we get into it now. Answer that in the chat. Smash the like button as well. Smash the like button as well, family. Come on, smash the like button, right? As you guys come in, do me one favor, right? All I ever ask for you guys is just to smash the like button and engage in the chat, all right? Engage, ask questions. You know, again, this session is for y'all, all right? This is for you guys to get any questions, comments, or concerns that you guys might have about the markets, about certain pairs, about anything answered and clarified, okay? And I do appreciate all of you guys that are super active in the chat and that are always usually super active in the chat, because I can tell who are gonna be the next round of profitable traders. The next round of profitable traders are usually the ones that are the most active, the ones that are the most engaged, the ones that are asking the most questions. So I'm just throwing it out there, okay? Just throwing it out there. Right, but yeah, because of how the market reacted today, we can clearly see, right? And I'm going to go to the markets right now, right? We can clearly see how indices reacted, right? Bullish indices is definitely more of a risk on type of play, right? I mean, all the indices for the most part went extremely high. The dollar really didn't do much, right? We seen an initial spike off of GDP, but it ended up coming back down, right? So overall, the dollar didn't do a damn thing. It hasn't done a damn thing, right? I mean, look at this market, guys, right? This is not favorable market conditions for trend traders. All right, we went from run range to a whole new range, right? These markets are absolutely garbage right now, especially if you are, again, a trend trader. If you are a range-bound trader, if you are a consolidation trader, then these markets are absolutely amazing for you. I am a trend trader. I like to identify trends and get involved with trends. So trading dollar pairs has been very tough over the past couple weeks because we haven't been doing much, right? But let's go back to the news, right? We, in my opinion, even though the dollar hasn't done much, right, indices did a lot. Indices has shown us that we could be leaning towards more of a risk on type of environment, right? I think a lot of you guys get this confused, family. Risk on, right? Very simple. Don't complicate it. Turn the risk on, right? When we are risk on, that essentially means to turn the risk on, right? Become a little bit riskier. Now, that does not necessarily mean to go and over leverage. That just means it's time to get out of the safe havens and it is time to go back into equities, time to go back into cryptos, time to go back into various assets that are quote unquote risky during certain market conditions, right? So it is risk on. Turn the risk on. So because GDP actually contracted during a period in time where we're dealing with high inflation, it actually made the markets rally, because that is a good sign if we are still trying to fight inflation, which we are. Okay, family, the Federal Reserve wants inflation or CPI to be at what percentage? Let me know in the chat. We're getting into it now. We're getting into it now. All right, we're getting into it now, right? The Federal Reserve wants CPI, right, or inflation, or the change of pricing goods and services to grow by how much every single year? Yeah, right? Their goal is to get us back to that 2% level. Do you guys know what we're currently at right now for CPI? Or let me see if I can find when the next CPI is, and we'll get into this, right? Do you guys know what we're currently at for CPI? I think it's around 5%. All right, CPI tracker. All right, let's see where we're at. Let's go right to the Bureau of Labor Statistics to see where we are at for CPI. Okay, so from a year-to-year perspective, we are currently at 5%, right? So we still have ways to go, somewhat, to get back to that 2% level. So with us getting this type of news release, okay, which what we just got today, which shows our economy is contracting, that essentially means that demand for goods and services is starting to dry up. And that is a good thing. We want to see demand start to dry up. We want to see less spending occur because that is helping fight inflation. The reason why we're seeing interest rates go from, pretty much essentially 0% all the way up to 5% in a matter of 12 to 18 months is because they were trying to combat inflation. It's that simple. We have seen inflation trend lower for the past 5 to 6 readings, so we're headed on the right direction, but we still have ways to go. So any data that comes out, in normal market conditions be looked at as bad, in current market conditions is actually looked at as good. Oh man. Market conditions matter, especially if you are a fundamental trader like I am. I love analyzing fundamentals because that's what's really dictating price movements. Right? It's the data that gets released that tells big time investors, aka the smart money, the big banks, the institutions, the hedge funds, the corporations that are all in this market. It is the data that causes them to make decisions on whether they want to buy or sell. Are you guys with me, family? Let me know in the chat. Drop a 3 if you guys are with me, man. I told y'all, man, we back. You know, y'all gotta give me credit, family. I've been consistent all week. We've been live Monday through Thursday so far. You know, I was planning on going live again tomorrow, the entire week, but tomorrow I can't because tomorrow I got Fundamental Fridays with my squad, right, with the Profit Society. So I won't be able to come live tomorrow because I will be live on, my company website. All right, so we gonna drop the sauce today. We gonna let it all out there. Right, but that is why the market reacted, in my opinion, the way that it did today off of this data. Now, this is what you guys are going to start hearing in the news very, very soon off of this data. Right, now that we've seen our economy contract, right, by 1.5%, now you're going to start to hear them talk about recession again, which I think, and I've been saying this for a while, but I've been saying that we've been in a recession for a while already. All right, I know other people, I know the government is saying that we haven't been in a recession. All right, there are other analysts that say we've been in a recession. There's others that are saying that a recession is still to come and it's almost guaranteed. Cool, right? But we're going to start to see a lot more talks about that now, right? Because if GDP continues to go lower, okay, and if it comes into the negative, remember, once we start to see negative growth, then that's only going to fuel recession talks some even more. Right, I want to ask you guys this question, family. Right, do you guys think we've been in a recession, yes or no? Right, do you guys think we've been in a recession, yes or no? Right, let me know in the chat. Right, because from what I was aware, all right, a recession occurs when we have two quarters of negative growth back to back. That was the definition for recession forever. And we had that occur last year. But when it happened, guess what? The government's like, oh no, we're not in a recession. We have to refigure out. We have to use different things. We have to use, it's not a recession, blah, 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 right? Cool. In fact, let me actually ask ChatGPT. Let's ask the AI real quick, right? I want to ask the AI, right? And I see your question. Let me see. Garar, right? Do you trade supply and demand or support and resistance? I trade supply and demand, but I also pay attention to support and resistance, right? I play supply and demand because that's where I feel comfortable entering positions from, but I pay attention to support and resistance because those are the levels that are going to be building up liquidity, right? Support and resistance are areas of obvious structure that can build up and accumulate orders to build up and accumulate liquidity, right? So I technically play both. To answer your question. All right, but let me see. Let me bring up ChatGPT real quick over here. I want to see what ChatGPT says, right? I'm going to go with ChatGPT, and I want to ask ChatGPT, what is the definition of a recession here in the US? Let me ask it this real quick. Give me 1 second, right? What is the let me ask it a better way. How do we know if we are in a recession here in the US? And be very detailed. I want to know exactly, all right? Because I want to see what the AI says real quick. Let's see if it gives me an answer, right? AI been being annoying for me lately, right? But let's see. All right, let's see what it says right here, right? Come on, stop being annoying. All right, it says, to determine if the United States is in a recession, economists typically look at various economic indicators, data, and trends. A recession is a period of negative economic growth that lasts for at least 2 consecutive quarters or 6 months. Isn't that what I just said? Right? That has always been the definition. If we get 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth, technically, that is what the government has always considered as a recession. Right? But lately, they've been trying to obviously readjust that definition. And now they're looking at a bunch of other different indicators. Right? I think the one thing that has allowed the government to come out and say, no, we are not in a recession, is the fact that our labor market has been significantly strong. Right? Our labor market is still very strong, which is kind of crazy. In fact, we actually, our most recent unemployment numbers, it actually dropped again, right? So we're at historically low unemployment. So I believe that the unemployment indicators are one of the biggest reasons why they are still saying that we're not in a recession, right? Because they're combining all of this data together, and that's what they're coming up with, right? Are you guys with me, family? Let me know in the chat, man. We going in tonight. We gonna be real educational tonight. Right, let's see what you guys are talking about real quick. Right, let's see. I was just about to say, in this current market condition, I don't have a ton of experience yet. Appreciate this for real. Yeah, I mean, it really matters. Right, market conditions matter 100%. Let's see. What's going on, brother Joseph? I appreciate you. I see you, Roy, in the building. What's going on, my guy Roy? I see you. Right, let's see. They're giving recession a different meaning. Yeah, I don't think it's. I mean, they are definitely, redefining it. But I think that they're more so just taking into consideration all the different indicators that are out there, right? Because just like with GDP, or not GDP, right? But just like what the AI is saying, right? Like, look at this. Here are some key factors to consider when it comes to determining if we are in a recession. Obviously, GDP, which is what we're talking about, negative growth back-to-back quarters, okay? Which is the obvious one. The employment also makes a big difference. Right, now let's see what employment says. A significant increase in unemployment rates or a decline in job growth can signal a recession. This is the one thing that has still been resilient. Right, I mean, let's see. Let me show you guys, right? Let's show you guys. You guys think I'm lying? Bet. It's cool. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. I respect it. Right, but let's go ahead and look at what the last unemployment rate was. Right, let's look at what the last unemployment rate was. And you guys tell me, right? Because again, they're taking into account all these different indicators. But look at what happened. Right, well, not the last one, right? But 2 months ago, unemployment was at 3.6%, which is already low as it is. Right, we have extremely low unemployment. But this most recent one that came out last month actually dropped 0.1%. Now, if we started to see these numbers tick higher, if we started to see unemployment go to 4%, 4.5%, 5%, 6%, then 100% they would have been saying, all right, cool, we are now officially in a recession. Right? So I believe that the fact that the unemployment rate and our labor market has still been so strong, That is why they're still not calling it a recession. But I'm still calling cap, right? Because I get it. This is still very strong. But listen, man, look at the stock market itself, right? Look at the stock market, right? We'll just look at the S&P real quick, right? And because it's like a broad gauge, of the stock market, right? From the high of the stock market at 48.23, we have corrected. At current levels, we are down around 15% here on the S&P. That's actually pretty big. At one point, we were down damn near 30%. Right? We were down 30% at one point. Now, again, I don't know about y'all, but seeing this much decline, this looks recessionary, right? Like we've seen a massive drop already here, right? We've seen a big drop, right? The stock market dropping 30%, that's massive. That's a big deal, right? So again, I don't know, man. Like they're gonna continue to try to obviously use every indicator, and I get it. It does make sense, right, to consider all the indicators, right? Not just GDP, not just employment, but also consumer confidence, right? Business confidence. Like there's so many different factors, right, that make up whether a recession is here or not. So I get it, right? I get it, right? Stock market performance, But again, I'm just looking at for what it is. We've seen a massive drop, right? We've lost trillions of dollars of value for our country over here in the U.S. over the past 12 months. We lost trillions of dollars of value. So I would consider that a recession personally. Now I could be wrong, or I could be wrong, right? Obviously, I am wrong. It's not that I could be wrong, but I am wrong, right? Because they're not calling it a recession. I am, right? And they obviously know way more than I do. But it's things like that that we have to be mindful and aware of, right? So shout out to you, ChatGPT. I appreciate you for giving us, that little lesson here, right? So according to ChatGPT, there's around 10 different indicators that they're potentially looking at to help them figure out if a recession is here, if it's not here, if it's coming, and all that good stuff, right? Is this sauce or not, family? Let me know. Is this some sauce or not? Let me know in the chat, man. Drop a 3 in the chat if this is some sauce, man. Please, 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 please participate. I do appreciate all you guys that participate. It means a lot to me. It really does. Y'all be surprised, right? It means a lot to me, right? So let me know, man. All right, let's see. Let me see what you guys are talking about real quick. They are trying to redefine inflation as well. Yeah, I mean they're using different measures of readings for a lot of these different things. They really are. Let's see. Thanks, man. I was just gonna say if I can use both, and yes, you did. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, just don't. I mean, for the most part, they are similar, right? Supply and demand, support and resistance, right? They are very similar, but yeah. Let's see. Makes more sense. Yep. Sauce. It's too much sauce. I can't keep up with taking notes. Most def sauce. The best thing about it, these videos are recorded, so you guys can always go back and rewatch these. All right, let's see. Major sauce, free sauce is crazy. Bonds is something to take into consideration. I mean, the bond market as well. That's a good point, Lewis. You can look at the bond market, right? You can look at the bond market and also, get an insight as to what's happening. Right? You can definitely look at even the yields, right? Look at bond yields and see what they're trading at. Right? And you can also, use that as a way to really determine what's going on. There's a lot going on, man. All right? Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. And I say this proudly, right? I don't think there's nobody else giving you this type of game on social media, on Facebook, on YouTube. Right? Because I like to go deep with the fundamentals. Right, I'm the trader that is going to come on here and talk about bonds, right, and yields and inflation and GDP, right, and interest rates. Right, I'm the one that's going to come on here and talk about all that stuff because I know how important it is, man. I'm not an idiot, right? So that's just a little rant on that real quick. Now let's go ahead and get back into the markets real quick, right? And let's talk about indices and what has happened today. All right, now again, we had GDP that came out. GDP came out negative, right? Because of the current market conditions that we're in, high inflation, high interest rates, a negative reading actually brought some optimism, some hope back into the markets, which is why we've seen a lot of money flow back into stocks. Now, it's not just obviously off GDP, but what else also played a major role in this, family? I've been talking about it all week, my hat's going backwards for this one, right? What else has caused the indice market to rally the way that it has? Because I've been waiting for this all week. And if y'all been on these sessions these past few days, y'all know I've been talking about it heavy, right? But what else played a major role in this actually going higher outside of GDP? In fact, this probably had a lot more weight than GDP itself. What do you guys think? What happened this week, right? What was so important about this week that was going to influence the stock market? There we go. Right, go ahead. More answers. I want to see more answers. What are you guys' thoughts and opinions? Right, what happened this week that influenced the stock market overall? Right, because we can see the S&P flew, the Nas flew, US 30 flew. Right, like indices were on fire this week. Indices were on fire just today, but it was bound to happen based off one specific thing that we were looking at for this entire week. Right, exactly. Earnings report, right? The Republic Bank that actually went down, right? That bank situation with the Republic Bank, the First Republic Bank, that is something that actually, in my opinion, right? This is my opinion. Again, I'm just taking, I'm just taking it for what I think, right? But I think that the whole situation that happened with the banks is the reason why the indice market didn't fly as fast or as quickly as it should have. Right? Because if we did not have all that fear, uncertainty, and doubt, right, caused by the First Republic Bank, then I think the S&P would have been bullish already. Right? I don't think we would have waited till today. I think we would have been bullish yesterday. Right? But yesterday we were dealing with a lot of headlines surrounding that damn bank. Right? And obviously whenever there's a lot of issues with bank, that's a big deal, right? Because consumers and depositors, man, we want to be confident in our banking system. But when we're seeing banks failing left and right, yeah, that brings a lot of fear. Nobody's going to touch the stock market when there's a lot of fear. Ain't nobody going to do that. Imagine you being a $1 billion hedge fund, right? And you have to make a decision on whether you want to, continue to invest in something safe, right? Like government-backed bonds, treasuries, right? The safe route. Or if you want to go ahead and actually get a decent return by investing into the stock market. But yet we have all these headlines coming out about major banks failing. I wouldn't feel comfortable investing customers, money, right, into a market that can be affected by situations like these banks failing. Right? So I think, and again, I could be wrong. Again, I am human. This is just all my opinion. All right, but I think that the whole situation with the First Bank, the First Republic Bank, whatever that thing is called, is what caused us to continue to go a little bit lower. But then when we had more earnings come out, it just completely took over. Right, so yeah, indices flew. I've been saying I was expecting it to fly. Once we started to see what Microsoft came out as, Microsoft beat projections. Right, Microsoft came out really, really good. Google came out really, really good, also beat projections, right, from earnings. Then we also had Meta that just came out, also beat projections, did really, really good, right? So we had a lot of different big boy corporations, right? We're talking about Microsoft and Google are trillion-dollar companies that all came out and beat projections. So yeah, I'm bullish indices off of that. Why? Because Microsoft is a part of the S&P 500. Microsoft is a part of the Nas, right? Microsoft, I also believe, is a part of US 30. These are stocks that are a part of these indices and hold the most weight. They have the largest allocations. So, of course, it's going to influence the indice market. Oh, man. This is how I've been coming all week, family. It's just sauce. I know a lot of you guys are indice traders now. Right, I know so many Forex traders that don't even trade Forex, right? They focus on indice now because obviously how the market moves, right? And honestly, that's what I'm probably turning into my damn self. This entire week, I've really been focused on trading the S&P, right? So I'm gonna be honest, I might be slowly becoming a solely indice trader, right? And if I want to trade indices, right, then I best be aware of what's happening in the stock market or things that are going to influence the stock market. Earnings report influences the stock market. right? So for all you indice traders in the building, family, if you guys trade indices, drop a 3 in the chat real quick, right? Let's see. Mic check. I mean, my mic on my end is still very good, right? So hopefully it's good for you guys as well, right? But how many indice traders do we have in the chat? How many of you guys trade either NAS, the S&P, or US 30? What do you? Let me know in the chat. Right, because if you guys do want to be indice traders and you want to be able to find the highest probability setups, then in my opinion, you should be aware of things like earnings reports. You should be aware of a lot of different things. You should. Right? The reason why we knew, or at least I eventually expected us to end the week bullish, was because we had earnings, right? So again, just like how we come to investing.com and we can see our economic calendar, there's also a earnings calendar that tells us about what companies are coming out, right? So let's look at this entire week real quick, right? And let's look at how look at this, right? Just look at how much green is here. Right, on Monday, there were 2 companies that came out in the red, right? One of them obviously being the shitty First Republic Bank that came out, right? And then we also had Tuesday, a lot of green. A lot of green. Wednesday, a lot of green. All right, Thursday, a lot of green. So look at these, look at these stocks, family. There's no way in hell you guys can look at this right now. Again, not all of these are inside of the S&P, or there's only a specific ones. The biggest ones are usually a part of these indexes, right? So yeah, you want to be paying attention, but look at, for the most part, again, let's keep it simple, right? Microsoft, they were forecasting their revenue to come out at 51.12 billion. It came out at 52.9. That's good. Right? Their earnings per share was at 2.24. It came out at 2.45. Anybody that's invested into the Microsoft right now is jumping up and down because they made more money than what they were actually expecting, because their earnings per share came out higher. Right? Earnings per share, for those of you guys that don't know, is telling you how much you're making on each share that you have. All right? So let's just say I'm a freaking billion-dollar investor, and let's say I own 1 million shares of Microsoft, right? If we would have came out forecasted, then we would have made, right, $2.24 million, right? That's just if we had 1 million shares. But we came out at 2.45, right? So that same million shares now, instead of coming out at 2.2 million, it ended up coming out at 2.4. So we essentially made $200,000 more because we actually beat projections. That is positive, right? That is really good news. And again, this is a $2 trillion company, right? Let's get into this a little bit more, right? And I'm really giving y'all some game, family, right? This is some sauce, right? Now let's go ahead, and I've been doing this all week, and it's very important for me to continue to do it because I want y'all to really get this, right? So let's go ahead and look at the SPX companies, right? And let's see what allocation Microsoft has, right? So these are all of the companies inside of the S&P 500 right here, right? There's going to be like 503 companies, with the last one being that shitty bank, right, that just went down, right? The First Republic Bank, which is kind of funny. It's in last place down there, right? But look at Microsoft. Just look at the top. I mean, we could just say the top 2, right? Apple and Microsoft have the largest allocations inside of the S&P 500, right? With Apple being number 1, right, having a weight of 7.18, Microsoft being number 2 at 6.4, and then Amazon at 2.7. Well, guess what? Amazon also had earnings that just came out as well today, right? So these 3 companies by far make up a boatload of the actual components that are in it, right? So if we look at Apple, which I don't think, did Apple actually come out today or this week? I don't know if Apple came out this week. I don't think Apple came out this week. Yeah, so Apple didn't come out this week, but we had Microsoft beat projections, Google beat projections, right? We had Facebook, Meta beat projections, right? We just had Amazon that just came out literally today, about 4 or 5 hours ago, beat projections. They all beat projections. right? So we can't be surprised at this move right here on the S&P when we're getting these $1 trillion and $1 billion Fortune 500 companies all beating projections. It just doesn't make sense logically. Are you guys with me, family? Because this is some sauce, man. I wish I would have knew this information when I started trading. I wish. Right, especially now that I'm getting into indices a lot more, I'm glad that I'm aware of this stuff. All right, because they don't call me the S&P Slayer for no freaking reason. All right, and nobody calls me that but myself for right now because I just started trading it. But you best believe they gonna call me the S&P freaking Slayer because I'm aware of the fundamentals. I pay attention to more than just technical analysis. Right, too many people focus too much on solely technicals. And then they're wondering why it's hard for them to be profitable. No, you got to be more aware of these things, guys. Right? Again, there's 3 forms of analysis, and this one might upset y'all. There's 3 forms of analysis. So if you really, and this goes to forex as well, right? 3 forms of analysis: technicals, fundamentals, and sentimental analysis. Right? We all know this. We're all aware of this stuff, right? But if you call yourself a trader, and you say that you are taking high probability setups, but yet your version of a high probability setup is relying on only one form of analysis, then you are tripping. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't think I need the wine tonight. I'm not even going to lie. I don't think I need the wine tonight because I'm already on one, family. I'm chilling, man. I'm good. We talking tonight. We preaching tonight. Let me say that one more time because this is very important. And I know a lot of y'all is going to completely ignore it, and it's cool, right? If y'all ignore it, it is what it is. But you guys say that you guys are taking high probability trade setups, but you're only doing so while understanding only one form of analysis, but yet there's 3 that you can use. Make it make sense to me. Right? That's why there's so many technical traders out there that are great at marking up charts but are not profitable. Just think about that. Right? There's a lot of you guys right now in the chats that are actually good at marking up charts, but you're not profitable. I wonder why. It's because your version of a high probability setups is solely relied on technicals. You're not thinking about the sentiment. You're not thinking about the data that's going to come out. So you're always going to be behind the curve. Guys, the fundamental data is going to create sentiment, and that sentiment is going to create the technicals. It doesn't go the other way around. Let me say that again. The data that is expected to come out, whether it's the rumors or the facts, is going to create sentiment around the data itself, right? The rumors could be sentiment, right? Rumors is another word for sentiment, right? So let's just keep it simple and let's say the rumors is sentiment, right? The data that's about to come out is going to create rumors about what's expected, sentiment. And that sentiment is going to cause traders to start to form and create technicals. Oh, man. I think this is too much, man. I think this is too much, man. I think I need to tone it down. I think I should only teach on technicals because I don't want to get too ahead of y'all. I think I should just focus on technicals, right? Yeah, I think so. I think this fundamental talk, I'm saying it, but I know a lot of y'all are still going to ignore it. And then you're going to be asking yourself, damn, Abel, why am I not profitable, bro? I feel like I'm the best analyst in the world when it comes to technical, bro, but I'm still not profitable. Why, bro? It's because you're leaving out so much more information. Right now, think about from a confidence perspective, right? I know a lot of y'all is not typing in the chat because y'all is feeling away because of y'all. I know y'all is not typing in the chat because y'all is feeling away right now because I'm attacking y'all right now, right? Like this is a personal attack because a lot of y'all is doing that same exact stuff, right? I know it. I know y'all is quiet in the chat because you're like, damn, Abel's talking to me right now. I only do focus on technicals. Damn. Now think about it from a confidence perspective, right? As a forex trader, as a indice trader, guess what we need? We need to have confidence in our setups. right? If we have a lack of confidence, we are now allowing our emotions to take over. But when we have confidence in our setups, the emotions are completely in check. Now think about how much more confidence you can have when you're able to combine all three forms of analysis to make a decision. That's a lot of confidence, right? You'll have so much confidence that you're not going to second guess taking that trade. You're not going to second guess pushing the button. You're going to push that damn button and you're going to deal with the outcome regardless, whether it's a win or loss, right? Because now you have so much more data backing what you're actually trying to accomplish. Does that make sense, family? Right? Am I making sense to somebody right now, or am I just talking to myself? I really need to know. Right? Because there's going to be a handful of you guys that are actually taking what I'm saying right now and are going to start to take these next few weeks to dive heavy into the fundamental side of things, heavy into the sentiment side of things, and you guys are absolutely going to be the next round of profitable traders because of that. Now, I'm not saying that you can't be profitable with technicals. I'm not saying that, right? There are traders out there that are profitable solely using technicals, but they put in years and years to actually master the charts and their emotions, right? And that's a hard thing. And even then, the best traders that I know that do rely on technicals have some form of understanding from a fundamental side. They at least understand the basics of fundamental. Oh, man. Oh, man. I know y'all with me, family. All right, so again, let's get back to this now, man. And I'm saying this because I truly want y'all to win. I want y'all to succeed. And just because, again, I feel like this is the stuff that's not being taught. This is the information that's not being given here on YouTube. Because a lot of traders don't know it, man. A lot of people don't really understand it. But I feel like I'm really good at it. All right, I'm not the best. All right, I'm not the best at understanding fundamentals, but I feel like I'm damn freaking good at it. Right, my results can show that I'm really good at it because I've been a fundamental trader for the past 2 years now, right? Where I've been really going all in with fundamentals and try to understand and dissect every single movement. Right, the moment I started taking fundamentals a lot more serious, my trading freaking 10x'd. Right, my decision making 10x'd. Right? It's because I'm trying to figure out everything, guys. It just doesn't make sense to me. If you want this to be your career, right? If you want this to be your job, right? Let's just say you got, you got a new job, right? And in that new job, it requires you to learn everything, all the ins and outs of that new job. You're going to learn all the ins and outs of that new job because that is a requirement that your boss requires from you. Well, guess what? These markets, you are the boss of the markets. So you need to make it a priority as the boss to learn everything you can, all the ins and outs of this market, which include fundamental tech and sentimental analysis. I hope that makes sense, right? Let me go ahead. Let me see what you guys are talking about real quick. Let's see. I'm a little behind on stream, but I want to see if this bullish rally for indices is sustainable. That's a great question. Right, only time will tell to see if this is sustainable. It really is, right? So we'll see. Let's see. You're right. I only focus on technicals. Honestly, I don't know where to start with fundamentals. I mean, you gotta start from the basics, man. Like, really, just go to the calendar, right? Go to the calendar, the economic calendar, which we all look at, and look at the specific news events that are high impact, right? High impact, high volatility, and actually go and start doing research on these things, right? You know how easy it is to, watch this, family. Watch how simple this is, right? Go to YouTube, right? We see GDP. Go to YouTube. That's a handsome fella right there, man. Look at that guy. That's a handsome fellow right there, man. Go to YouTube, type in what is GDP, and watch this. Look at this. What is gross domestic product? And these videos will explain it to you. Right? What is GDP? And you could type in Forex market if you want to try to correlate it with the Forex market. Look how simple this is, right? How to trade GDP, GDP explained, the effects of GDP in the Forex market, You just got to do the research, family. All the information is out there. You just got to be obvious and use common sense and say, okay, let me see what this is. Again, initial jobless claims. Come to YouTube or ask somebody, what is initial jobless claims? How do you think I learned this stuff, right? Look at what is the initial jobless claim numbers mean for the market? Initial jobless claims, right? Initial jobless claims, initial jobless claims. Like sometimes we got to use common sense, family. Right? We all have access to Google. We all have access to YouTube. Now we all have access to AI. Right? You guys want to see something crazy? Watch this. Let's go ahead and bring up, Chat GTP real quick. All right, let's bring up Chat GPT real quick, right? And I'm gonna hide this because I don't need you guys seeing all this stuff there, because we got a lot of sauce over here that we be talking over here in this. All right, let me go to GPT-4, come to AI, Chat GPT, and type in what is, let's just say PCE, right? Because we got PCE coming out tomorrow. What is the PCE price index indicator? Right, indicator. What does it measure, and how do forex traders benefit from it? Watch how simple this is. Look how simple this is. Watch. Look at this. We got to do the research though, family. That's the thing. Too many people are getting lazy. Too many people are getting lazy and don't want to do the research. Look at this. Look how simple this is. Right? If you're on this call right now, you have access to the internet. You have access to Google. You have access to YouTube. You have access to ChatGPT. Use it. Look at this. Right? The PCE, the Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index, is an economic indicator that measures the change in price of goods and services consumed by individuals in a country, specifically the United States. It is released by the Bureau of Economic Analysis, and it is considered an important measure of inflation. Right? The PCE price index is closely monitored by the Federal Reserve, as it is the preferred gauge of inflation when setting monetary policy. This is ChatGPT. We all have access to this. Right? There are two main versions of PCE price index, the headline and the core. Right? The headline measures the overall change in prices, while the core excludes the more volatile food and energy prices. Now look at, forex traders can benefit from PCE price index in several ways: inflation expectations, market volatility, fundamental analysis, correlations with other indicators. The sauce is out there, family. You just gotta be out. You just gotta go search for it. All right, so I hope this is making sense, man. I hope this is making sense. All right, let's see what else we got here. How about not trading on news and do trading based on a technical rest of the time, especially if someone is a day trader? It's possible, Sahil, right? It is possible, right? But why not understand as much as possible, right? Because although you can try to trade off of technicals, these markets are going to do what they want to do, and technicals are not you. I mean, I don't want to say that they're not strong, right? Because technicals are technicals, right? The patterns are the patterns. But you will have a lot more confidence trading those technicals if you had an understanding of what the data, right? What the data is actually saying. I promise you. Let's see what we got here, right? Definitely need to add more fundamental analysis to my trade setups. Yeah, I mean, it takes time to learn, but yeah, I agree, man. You need to. Let's see. It's almost like when you were a kid. If you want a candy, you will figure a way to get it. 100%. You got to do your research, man. You got to do your research. For in fact, anything that's easy, the value of it decreases. Great point, Eric. Exactly. You got to do your research, man. But yeah, so again, for this, guys, right? So this morning, man, we had a freaking interesting morning, during our New York session trade room. We do go live Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays in this trade room, a part of my Profit Society company. But we were experiencing a lot of issues this morning. We had some technical issues, with our OBS. Our software is not working from the microphone. It was just a headache this morning, right? But we ended up going to Discord. We started, we hosted the call on Discord, and that was actually pretty late. We still had a great conversation, great time. And the one thing that I'm really pissed off about is I did not call this buyout. right? The crazy thing is, I was telling everybody this morning live when we're on the call, and I'm like, man, this thing looks like it wants to just go bullish, right? I should have pushed the button. I should have called out the buy the moment we broke above this structure point and we were respecting it and we were holding it, right? When the market pushed up and it came back down to retest again, I should have looked for more buys, but I did not push the button. I think I was just too upset with, all the issues that we had, and I don't know, right? So I actually missed this banger of a trade right here. Can you imagine that, missing this banger? All right, I'm upset about that, but it is what it is, right? We'll have more opportunities. But we still had a really great conversation this morning. We had a lot of fun on our live trade room. And I highly encourage everybody that wants to actually see how trading is done in live in real time, right? How to think in real time, how to execute in real time, how to manage your trade in real time, man. And definitely consider, go ahead and signing up to, the sponsor of this video, right? The sponsor of these Asian session streams, which is the Profit Society. All right, this is my company right here, my community. We have a really diverse community. We have a lot of dope traders, and we have a lot of new traders that are brand spanking new. But these are the sponsors of today. I highly encourage you guys to go ahead and lock in. Next week we're going to be absolutely on fire. It is $129 a month to actually be a part of the premium, right? To be a part of the community is $129 a month. Or if you want to save money, all right, then you can save 10 to 15% by buying the yearly for $1,400. And trust me, if you guys think that the sauce that I'm giving you guys right here for free is value, you guys will be surprised as to what we do on the back end, right? Especially since not only do we host the New York Trade Room, but we have Mindset Monday calls, we have Technical Tuesday calls, and we have Fundamental Friday calls, which I'm going live tomorrow for Fundamental Fridays, and we're going to be talking about QE versus QT, quantitative easing versus quantitative tightening. Fire. All right, so if you guys want to be a part of that, highly encourage you guys to go ahead and get access however way you can. All right, joining the community is free though, right, which is the Discord. I sent you guys the Discord chat. I'll send it again one time. Right, at the very least, make sure to join the Discord so you guys can still have conversations and eventually look to upgrade, right? But that is our sponsor for today, and it is my company, right? But yeah, so overall, I expected this to go bullish. I didn't take it again. I can make a bunch of excuses, just all the hiccups, whatever the case may be, right? But it is what it is, man. Either way, it went in our direction. We had a really good week so far. It was a really interesting week in the markets. Our New York session was pretty dope, and yeah, I'm excited for next week overall, right? But that's what happened overall today. Now, what do I think is going to happen moving forward? Well, I'm gonna be honest, right? Everything is leaning towards continuations to the upside, if you ask me. Right? Everything is leaning towards more continuations to the upside, unless there are events that occur that add fear into the markets, right? But there's events that we just are, we can't dictate when they're going to happen, right? Like the whole situation with the First Republic Bank, who really knew, right? Besides the people that are actually a part of it, knew that, the bank is about to start to look for bailouts, right? That the bank is going to go over here begging the government for, a backstop, right? Like, we don't know that stuff, right? So unless there is major fear brought into the markets, I'm going to be bullish indices. Let me explain why. Again, fundamental talk. We have seen CPI drop. We have seen PPI drop. Obviously, we got PCE tomorrow, which is going to give us, some more insight. What do we have? We also have, GDP that just dropped, right? So from an inflation standpoint, we're seeing a lot of indicators that are trending down, right? Which is alleviating that fear that we have had when inflation was at 9%, right? Which I think is going to fuel indices for sure. Now, what happens next week is going to be very telling. Next week, we have the interest rate decision coming out. The interest rate decision on whether the Fed is going to raise interest rates or if they are going to actually pause interest rates. And depending on what happens next week, that is either going I think either way we see this thing continue bullish, in my opinion, no matter if we raise it by another 25 basis points or if we actually pause. But if we pause for whatever reason next week, oh man, this thing will continue to fly. If we pause, I think we're going to fly regardless. All right. But obviously, when we raise interest rates, it's kind of hard to bet on that. Like, I think it will, but it's kind of hard, right? Because interest rates going up typically devalues the stock market because people are fearful, right? Interest rates going up is not a good thing for our economy, right? That's the reason why the Federal Reserve uses interest rates as a way to manipulate supply and demand, right? So overall, I think we go bullish regardless. But if we pause rates next week and we remain at 5%, yeah, this thing, in my opinion, is going to fly. I am still bullish indices. Now, that's not to say that we can't look for some quick little shorting opportunities to catch a little bit of a pullback, right? Because, I mean, we just had a very aggressive run, right? We have a lot of imbalance left behind, right? We have a lot of inefficient price action. So, yeah, there is an opportunity for this thing to correct. But overall, I will be looking for continuations. What do you guys think, family, in the chat? Right now, just like your honest opinions, right? Especially, all my indice traders. What do you guys think indices are gonna do, right? Whether it's the S&P, whether it's NAS, whether it's US 30, right? Do you guys think, after this run right here, since we started to grab liquidity, we started to break some highs, do you think we actually go back bearish and create new lows? Right? Or do we actually just pull back a little bit to create new highs? What do you guys think? Right? Same thing for NAS. Again, NAS is interesting, right? We ended up clearing these highs here for NAS. So I do expect us to possibly pull back. But are we going to create new lows on this pullback, or are we going to just pull back to create new highs? What do you guys think? Right? And big shout out to Brother Joe. Man, I appreciate you, brother. 1999. You are an absolutely amazing individual. Right? Anything that you need from me, Brother Joe, let me know. Any comments, questions, or concerns, any pairs that you want me to analyze, any setups that you want me to look at, you have priority because you sponsored the channel, you supported the channel, and it really does mean a lot to me. Thank you so much, Brother Joe. You are absolutely amazing, man. Absolutely amazing. So let me know what pairs you want me to analyze, and I'll drop everything and go do that immediately. Right? But yeah, these indices, what do we think? Right? If you ask me, I'm thinking that we do have a potential opportunity to go ahead and go lower. Right now, again, we do have PCE price index tomorrow. This is a big boy, right? We have core, right? So this is excluding food and energy, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure the regular PCE is up here too, right? It's probably just a 2-star. But core is very important. As of right now, right, last core PCE came out at 0.3%, right, month over month. It's expected to remain the same at 0.3%. Now let's look at what it came from though. Right, last PCE rating, not the most recent one, but the one before the most recent one was at 0.5, and we ended up dropping to 0.3. Right, so we're seeing inflation drop from the Fed's preferred gauge of inflation, right? Their favorite indicator. As of right now, they are expecting it to remain the same. So this is how I'm going to play this. If we come out lower than expected, I think the stock market will continue to rally. Right? I believe indices will continue to rally. Okay? If we come out below this 0.3%, I believe indices continue to rally off of that for sure, right? Because that's going to bring hope, optimism, right? That's going to bring, excitement, right? Because we're seeing inflation to continue to go lower. If we come out higher, though, right, at 0.4%, 0.5%, which I don't think we are, but if we do, then the dollar is going to benefit. The US dollar is going to be the most attractive thing to be inside of. So traders and investors and big boys and smart money, whatever you want to call it, I think they're going to flock towards the dollar if PCE price index comes out higher. Right, now let me actually go ahead and see. I'm gonna bring this up too. I want to see what the see if they have the yearly over year expectations real quick. Let me see. Let me see what we got here. I see. All right, so the year over year, it's all right here. All right, the year over year is at 5%. Okay, so from the year to year perspective, if we come out above 5%, the dollar is going to grow, or it's going to benefit, it's going to go up. Indices are going to tank. Equities as a whole are going to tank. All right, if we come out above 5%, the dollar is going to fly, equities should drop. If we come out below 5% from a year-to-year perspective, then it's going to be the opposite. Okay? If we come out lower, then equities should fly, the dollar should drop. Is this making sense, family? Let me know in the chat. Let's see, could the Fed pause rate hikes? Yeah, I mean, it's very possible. In fact, I mean, we're going to see. Right, the Fed is going to either pause interest rate hikes this reading next week, or they're going to wait for the following. And that's literally what it comes down to. Right, they're either going to pause it next week, which is very possible the way all these different indicators have been coming out. If PCE comes out way below 5%, they're definitely going to pause it, in my opinion. Right, if PCE tomorrow comes out much lower than 5%, I fully believe that they are going to pause interest rates for sure. Right? Because now they have reasons to. Right? They already seen CPI drop, PPI drop. They've seen GDP drop. Right? They're seeing all these indicators. Now, PCE come out as well lower. Then, I mean, yeah, it might kind of make sense for them to go ahead and stop trying to, raise interest rates. Right? Because one thing that you guys need to be aware of, family, right? All of these tools that the Fed uses, whether it's interest rate decisions or anything, right? All these tools that the Fed utilizes to make decisions, there's a lag in it, right? They say that, there's like a 6-month delay from when the Fed implements a new policy and the market actually starts to see the effect of it. That's a gem for all my fundamentalists. Right, that's a nugget right there for all my fundamentalists out there. I'm not even gonna lie, that's a gem. Let me say that one more time, because that's such a nugget. All right. What was I even saying? Now I just lost train of thought. That was such a bar. I just literally completely forgot what I said. Oh man, I gotta rewatch this video because that was such a bar, and I literally just lost. I just lost my train of thought on that. But you guys get what I'm saying, man. Again, PCE is going to be very important, guys. Oh, yeah, this is what I was saying, right? If PCE does come out a lot lower, then I see no reason for them to raise interest rates. Now, again, we got to just be honest. If they do raise it this time, they're definitely going to pause it on the next one. Why am I so confident? Well, because they give us their summary of economic projections. Right, the summary of economic projections, guys, is what they allow us to get access to that tells us exactly what their plans are. As of right now, the Fed's plans for this year of 2023 was to have interest rates go to above 5. I think it was like 5.15 or 5.25 in total. Like, they do not expect to raise interest rates for right now higher than 5.15 or 5.25%. Something like that, right? That's coming from the Fed, right? Like that's a part of their summary of economic projections that they release. So if they were to raise interest rates this up and coming time, right, next week, then they have to pause it the next one. It's either they have to pause it or they're going to have to adjust their summary of economic projections. They're going to have to come out with a new one. Okay? Oh, yeah. Yeah, now we going crazy right now. Let's see. Sell off and go higher next week. That's what I would like to see. Price has to go to a discount to buy. I'm with you, BTC Mommy. I'm with you. Young man, you just dropping jewels, and there are people charging millions of dollars for who you are blessing with this evening. Thank you. So I appreciate that, Brother Joe. I really do. And, I mean, he made a valid point for him. You got to think about it. Like, people are charging thousands and thousands of dollars for the sauce that I'm giving y'all right now. Like whether you're a forex trader, indice trader, stock trader, futures trader, commodity trader, it doesn't matter. The game that I'm giving y'all right now, people are charging thousands of dollars for. But you guys know what my motto is, and my motto has always been to give away the best value possible. I don't like to gatekeep. I like to give it all away. Why? Because I'm confident in my knowledge, right? The people that gatekeep, the people that don't give away their best information for free, you got to question them. Right? I question those people that do not give away their best information for free because there's so much out there that you can give away. Right? I like to give away the best information because I can always find better. Right? That's just a fact. Right? So I have confidence in my knowledge that I can give this stuff away. Right? I'll get you guys completely interested. And then if you guys do want to take things to the next level, then you go ahead and join the paid community and you guys get even more value. Right? But that's me, man. I don't like to gatekeep. I want to give it all away. And that's a fact, though. Like the information I'm giving y'all, man, people charge thousands of dollars for it. Easily charge thousands. Right? So yeah, I'm bullish overall. Now let's go ahead and get out of indices. Now we've been, talking about indices for a while and the stock market and the fundamentals. Now let's go ahead and go back to our forex, right? And see what our forex pairs are actually doing, our currency market is actually doing, and see what kind of game plan we have here as well for the currency market. Okay, let's see what we got here, right? Let's see. I think we got a lot of liquidity to grab before we go higher. Yeah, I think we do correct, right? I think we do correct as well, and start to entice a lot of more sellers for than us. Go ahead and take them out. Let's see. Lower prices on goods, better deals, people buying in bulk, 100%. Right. So now, what do we think the dollar is going to do overall? Right. Well, I'm bearish the dollar. I'm bearish the dollar, right? If I'm bullish indices, then I'm bearish the dollar, right? And the dollar's just been, again, very annoying. Like these past couple of weeks have been super annoying, guys, right? So again, these boxes right here are pretty much, each week, right? So we went from this stupid choppy week last week. We ended up breaking out to the downside, which we were all excited for, thinking that we were going to continue, only for us to go right back into another choppy week, right? Another back and forth week. All right, so those of you guys that are trading dollar pairs, I feel for you, all right? Because like these market conditions have not been real favorable for us, all right? They have not been favorable at all whatsoever for us US dollar traders, all right? Super choppy. But I will say this, all right? I do think, though, we actually continue lower, though. Eventually, I believe when we break out of this range, we will, in my opinion, continue lower. Right, again, as long as everything that I've been telling you guys been playing out, as far from a fundamental standpoint, as far as the Fed makes the right decision, then yeah, I think that does happen. Now we will see by tomorrow, right, with PCE. Again, remember what I said about PCE. If PCE comes out higher, then the dollar is going to fly. If PCE comes out lower, then the dollar should tank. Write that down somewhere. That's a bar for you guys for tomorrow. Right? PCE comes out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Let me say this once again. If PCE comes out higher, right, and it comes out above 5% from a year-to-year perspective, right, then the dollar should fly. Because that's going to create a lot more fear, uncertainty, and doubt, because now inflation is technically, quote-unquote, increasing. We don't want to see that. But if it comes out lower from a year-to-year perspective, lower than that 5%, then we should see this thing continue to tank. And we can use the same exact analysis, guys, when we're trading all these other currencies, because guess what? Now that we have a game plan here on the dollar, well, let's align our correlations real quick, right? If we have a bullish dollar, matter of fact, let's actually write it out like this, right? PCE index, all right, above 5%, right? And we're looking at it from a year-to-year perspective, above 5%. Let's go ahead and make this right here. Right? I'm giving y'all the game right now, family, off of news. Pay attention to this. This is some sauce right here. Write it down. I promise you, no takers are money makers, right? So we're going to write the assets that should benefit, or how the market is going to react, or how each pair could react to what happens, right? Okay. All right. So we have PC index above 5%. We have it below 5%. Right. Now go ahead and throw some pairs out there. Let's go ahead and say Euro USD. What do you guys think, family? Right. If PCE index is above 5%, right, what do you think the euro is going to do? Right? Is it going to be bullish or is it going to be bearish if we come out above 5%? Right? Euro USD above 5%. Are we going to be bullish? Right? Or are we going to be bearish? Let me know in the chat. Above 5%. Are we bullish or bearish for Euro USD? I want to make this so you guys understand this. Let's go big boy numbers real quick. Big boy numbers. All right, cool. We got bullish, bullish, bearish, bearish. All right, cool. All right, let's see. All right, PCE index above 5%. Are we bullish or bearish Euro USD? All right, I see we got a bearish, bearish, bearish. We got a bullish. Again, above 5%. Above, and this gets very confusing. Above 5%. Right, just looking at the US dollar itself to make it easier. If we are above 5%, which indicates that inflation is rising, which indicates fear could enter the market, right? That will cause the USD to possibly gain value, right? Above 5%, the dollar should gain strength. If the dollar is gaining strength at above 5% in PC index coming out, then what should Euro USD do? If the dollar should gain strength, what should Euro USD do? And I'm giving y'all a masterclass right now. Above 5% is going to lead to fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt leads to dollar strength. So what should the euro do? There we go. Yeah, exactly. You guys are getting it, right? Yeah. So I would think that we would actually be bearish Euro USD if we came out, all right, like this. Now, if we came out below 5%, then obviously it will be the flip side. And we should expect a bullish reaction. Why? Because foreign currencies, risk on assets should benefit if we actually see it drop. Oh man, y'all is getting it now. All right, let's go ahead and look at our next pair. Right, let's talk about AUD USD. Let's say odd Australian dollar. Right, and I'm not gonna ask too many questions because this is kind of obvious, right? I'm just gonna go straight and just do it so you guys can see it, right? AUD USD should also be bearish and bullish here. All right, let's look at GBP USD. Same concept. All right, it ends in USD, so it should be also bearish above 5%. It should be bullish below 5%. All right, and let's go ahead and throw in USD JPY though. Right, so for USD JPY, guys, right, if PC index comes out above 5%, what should UJ do? Should UJ be bullish or should it be bearish? Above 5%. Again, look at the dollar. Keep the dollar in mind. Above 5% indicates inflation is rising. Inflation rising is not a good thing, and that will cause a fear. So should UJ be bullish or bearish if we come out above 5%? Let me know in the chat. Yeah. Man, this is one of those videos, family. This is one of those trainings that I might have to I might have to private this video. I'm not gonna lie. Because this is a master class right here. Like, this is a master class. I'm not even gonna lie. Yo, this is a master class I'm giving y'all, man. I might have to private this video right here. This is too much sauce. Too much sauce. Oh my gosh. Nah, I won't private it. You know I can't do it, y'all. But yeah, this should be bullish. Why? Because the dollar will probably gain strength off the fact that we are seeing inflation go up. Safe havens benefit with higher inflation. All right, so if that's the case, if price comes below 5%, then UJ should possibly drop. Right, and it's going to be the same for, USD CAD, USD Swiss, right? All that good stuff, right? USD CAD, USD Swiss. Right, USD Swiss. USD Swiss. Yeah. Right, now let's talk about gold. What about gold though? All right, what about gold? What do you guys think about gold? All right, gold is a little bit tricky, right? Because gold has been like flip-flopping in terms of sentiment over the past 6 to 12 months. All right, what y'all think about gold though? Right, if PC index comes out above 5% tomorrow, do you think gold is gonna go bullish, or is gold gonna go bearish? Now this one's a little bit tricky depending on how you interpret gold. If you interpret gold as a safe haven, you're gonna look at it one way. If you don't interpret gold as a safe haven, you're gonna look at it completely different. And gold has been very hard to actually determine. I'm not even gonna lie. All right, gold has been very, very hard to read, you could say. Very hard to read, right? Because there's periods in time where, all through 2020, 2021, 2022, gold was not acting like a safe haven. It was not acting like one at all. But now in 2023, with the rise of all these bank failures, gold is a lot more attractive and it's acting like a safe haven again. So again, depending on how you interpret gold, it could be completely indicative of what you decide it could happen. So like I said though, recently, in my opinion, I think gold has been acting like a safe haven once again, and it does have to do with all these situations with these banks. So if gold is a safe haven, then I would have to put it over here. All right, if PC index is above 5%, then we could see gold actually go bullish. Now again, I'm not truly fully confident in this as like I am all these other ones, right? Because like I said, gold is a little bit trickier now to really read and determine. But if we are going to look at it as a safe haven, above 5%, people might want to run towards safe havens, and gold could be very attractive. And on the flip side, right, if we come out below 5%, then they might just want to go ahead and get involved into more riskier assets, which wouldn't be the gold, right? But again, I don't think there's no right or wrong answer for gold, because again, it is very tricky to determine that. But that's how I personally would determine it. I could be completely wrong, but that's how I would look at it for the most part here on gold. All right, so this is what we're looking at for tomorrow. Let's see, I think gold bullish trying to become safe event. Yeah, recently it started to look like it. Recently, it's been starting to look like it, right? But gold has been very tricky. Just look at gold. Gold has been absolutely range bound and disgusting for the past few weeks. Look at this thing. All right, like this thing is gross. Like we got into this range and been trapped in here. All right, all the way from April the 14th all the way until, now, right? April 27th. So for the past 2 weeks, past 3 weeks, man, we've been trapped in this range here on gold. Right? So gold really hasn't been that attractive. It really hasn't been that sexy at all to trade. This is definitely a scalper's paradise, or more of a range-bound trader's paradise, though. So if you trade ranges like this, then yeah, this is your gold mine right here. All right, every time we come back to these highs, man, shorting it has played out really well. Right, every time we came to the lows, buying it has played out really well. In fact, if you guys were on last night's stream, right? If you guys were on yesterday's stream, what did I tell you guys for gold yesterday? I gave you guys a play on gold yesterday that played out damn near perfect, right? Because I told you guys yesterday that I would be willing to sell gold from these levels. And did gold sell off? You damn skippy, you did. I gave you guys this setup yesterday. It's one of like the 3 setups that we looked at yesterday. I gave y'all this one, right? Way before price actually got up there. When we were looking at it yesterday, it was right here. Oh, it's not gonna let me. Hold on. Yeah, when we were looking at it yesterday, price was over here. I told you I wanted to see price come up into this level, respect that level, and drop. Look at this thing. This thing dropped for sure. It dropped damn near 300 pips. All right, insane drop right there. But for the most part, it's still been very choppy either way, right? Like we dropped and grabbed some liquidity, and now we're just right back in the range, right? So gold has definitely been very annoying. All right, hopefully after all this news that's coming out, we start to get some type of a trend here. All right, but yeah, but that's the sauce, family. Like, let's not overcomplicate trading. Trading does not need to be complicated whatsoever. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at GJ real quick now. See what we're looking at for GJ. And I mean, yeah, this is very interesting, man. I'm bullish. I've been bullish for a while. Shout out to Eric over there that's been bullish with me. I truly do expect that we fully make our way up to that 175 level. I still fully believe that. I think that we are going to do it, in my opinion. Right, so I'm a bull here for GJ. I'm a bull. I want to look for buy opportunities for GJ. Right, we had opportunities this morning. Like, we really should have just took this play right here off of this test right here. Right, especially once we cleared liquidity. Right, we could have started looking for something. Right, I mean, that just happened though. Like, literally just happened, that liquidity grab. But I'm a buyer here. Right, I would love to look for opportunities to continue to go long. Right, now I get it. We're at a level of structure, right, that we have to be aware of. Right, we're at a level of structure, where the market could potentially push back. But either way, I am a bull. I want to look for continuations here. Right, so if we are able to push back down, which I'm pretty sure we will, with no problem, I will be ready to push the button. All right, I will be ready to push the button to look for some more longs. Right, probably on the fill of this wick, right around this 166,800. If we're able to come down to 166,800, then I would be very comfortable with looking for some longs. That wouldn't be a bad play here. All right, so I'm bullish GJ. We'll see how that goes. Euro USD, this is interesting. I think that Euro does have a pullback handy. I think a pullback is warranted here for the Euro, but either way, I'm still very much bullish. Right, I'm still very much bullish. Like, I would love to see, I don't think it's gonna happen, right, but I would love to see us really pull back deep, right, maybe somewhere into there to then continue. Again, I just don't think it's gonna happen. It could. I hope it does. I mean, we are very choppy up here, right? So we are seeing momentum clearly slowing down up here at these levels, especially once we take out these highs. I mean, that's great news, right? So we could see this thing actually turn around, but either way, I'll be looking for continuations. I am going to look for continuations, right? I am a continuation trend trader. I am a continuation trend trader. That's what I am. All right, so yeah, I would love to see something like this. This will be very interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, again, it does not have to happen. I mean, that could be asking for a lot, to be honest with you. All right, it really could be asking for a lot for the market to drop all the way down here. All right, but I will be monitoring regardless, to see what the market gives us. All right. So yeah, I mean, besides that though, family, man, it's been an interesting week, man. It really has. Very interesting week. I know for a fact all you guys that are a part of the Profit Society should have been gaining a lot of value from these weeks. Just seeing the thought process that we go through to look for entries and look for setups and the mindset that you have to have, the amount of discipline and patience you got to have. Like the one loss that I took this week, it was because I ended up jumping in a little bit too early, right? I ended up, I wouldn't say I wasn't disciplined, but I wasn't disciplined, right? I had a game plan. The game plan was to wait for the market to break a high. The market never actually reached a high, and I got a little aggressive, right? And the market got me for that, right? So the one loss I did take today, man, and it just, I took a loss because of it, right? But it is what it is. That's why, the name of the game is just trusting yourself, having discipline, having patience, man, and just continue to improve every single day. Let's see. Definitely love the New York sessions. Would be dope if we were live for news, even in the Discord. I agree, Matthew. The cool thing is, again, in the premium, like you guys have access to that too, right? So like if you guys do see something, or if you guys want to jump on some charts, start to use it, right? Like actually go in the Discord, be like, yo, I want to mark up some charts. Who's available? Let's jump in the Discord. Let's jump in the actual, let's chat section, and share your charts. Right, and start to mark it up. If we don't, I don't have to necessarily be on for y'all to do your thing. I would definitely jump on though if I am available, but I'm just saying I don't have to necessarily be on. Right, y'all can still go in there and do y'all thing as well. Let's see. Thanks, Abel, for the consistency on this week, my dude. Yeah, let's go, man. I'm excited, man. Again, I do plan on being consistent with you guys moving forward. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do Monday through Fridays. I'll probably end up doing just Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursday like the old days. Just because on Mondays we have Mindset Mondays for the Private Society family. Technically, we have Technical Tuesdays, but I don't be the one hosting those, so I don't mind still coming on stream and doing it, right? So next week will probably be Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays for Asian session, but I am being consistent. I do want to continue to come on here and provide you guys with this value. Just do not expect too many trades. If you want to take trades with me live, you're going to have to jump on during New York session. And the only way you can get me in New York session is if you're a part of the Profit Society Familia. Right? But without further ado, family, I think this is a great time to go ahead and end it off of that. Again, keep in mind, utilize the videos to react section. If you guys have any videos that you guys have seen, if you guys have any clarifications on anything, use the videos to react section in the Discord, and I will be more than willing to actually go ahead and give you guys my thoughts and opinions on those videos. All right, so I just dropped the Discord in the chat once again. Make sure to go ahead and be a part of the Discord if you guys are not a part of it. I do appreciate you guys for jumping on, family. It's another banger of a session. We're on for about an hour and 45 minutes. This is one of those sessions that you definitely want to come back and rewatch. Right, I'm just be honest, right? Like this is one of those sessions, family, where there was so much gems that were dropped. There's just no way you could have been able to, take in all that information at once. Right? So rewatch this video sometime over the weekend. Shit, if you're a real savage, rewatch it tonight, tomorrow. Right? But this is definitely a replay type of session because we really hosted a masterclass tonight. All right, so I do appreciate you guys. I love y'all. Thank you guys for rocking with me. Thank you guys for being with me on my, my week back here on Asian streams, and I look forward to continue growing this. My goal is to eventually become one of the best and the biggest YouTubers, Forex YouTubers here, and I'm gonna be able to do it with your guys' help. Every like and comment that you guys drop, it allows me to get closer to that goal. We are at around 20,000 subs. I want to get to 50,000 subs by the end of the summer, right? 50K subs by the end of the summer. So let's go ahead and accomplish that goal together. And if you guys help me, then I'll just provide you guys with a lot more value. All right, but family, appreciate y'all. Love you guys. Thank you guys for rocking with me. And I will see you guys in the Discord if you guys are in there. Let's get it. Have a great rest of y'all night.